Hello, hello. We are going to do a How My Thinking Leads to Eating video about why is maintenance so difficult? Why does it seem like everyone at some point struggles with this? And to help out my maintainers in the Half Size Me community, we are huge. Like, I think we're pushing 120 members, people who have lost weight. Maintaining. It's crazy. Like, when I started all this, I had no idea we'd end up with such an amazing group of people. I created a PDF for them. It's about 18 pages long. It's the 10 steps to success in maintenance. If you are, and I just released this recently, so if you are a maintainer and you want access to that PDF, it's in the files section of the maintainers Facebook, and it's also in the forums under the maintainers group section as well. Get the copy of the PDF so you can read through it. But what I talk about in there is, I start out talking about maintenance is a pretty simple concept, right? You're doing all the habits you did to lose the weight, and then you're adding in roughly 200 to 500 calories. So why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult? And I break it down into, there's kind of like one big reason I see it being so difficult, and it really comes down to your lower brain. So when you have been pursuing weight loss, your lower brain sees your weight as a problem. It has an issue with it. Maybe you've been shamed. Maybe you always felt like you were the heavy kid or whatever. There's a problem with your body. Your lower brain wants to protect you. It wants you to be safe. It wants you not to fail. It's trying to fix this problem for you. Has good intentions, but as we've talked about in many of the Thinking Leads to Eating videos, it never executes in a good way. It's desperately fixing. It's like having a 3-year-old make you dinner. Yes, it's a wonderful intention, but now I've got to clean up a huge mess in the kitchen, and I probably don't even have anything that's edible, right? That's how I view lower brains fixing problems. So as long as your weight is a problem, lower brain is pushing, man. It's going to make this happen. It's going to multitask and create lists of things you got to do and create anxiety and stress around this. And let's just say you get there. Now, problem solved. Weight is not a problem anymore. So what does lower brain do? It looks for the next problem because it's like a machine. Here's how I think about my lower brain. If you've ever watched Terminator, the part where he gets like crushed by the machine and he's still clawing and he's still coming, he's half gone, but he's a machine. He's still coming for you, pulling himself across the grates. And that's a scary thought, but I want you to stay with me here. That's your lower brain looking for problems to fix, to make itself relevant. Like, this archaic thing that's in there had a really great purpose at one point. It was there to protect you from famine, from being attacked by a wild animal. Like, it had a real legit purpose. We live in a world where that's just not the case anymore, but it's still functioning as if it was. And this is why this is so important. So now you've lost the weight. Your lower brain, problem solved. Now it's looking for the next problem. It could be finances, this, that, there, or it continues to peck away at the weight. It says, oh, tummy's too big, let's lose another 10 pounds. It's never, first off, your brain will never be satisfied. There's always going to be that next thing we need to fix, the next thing that's going to make you better. But on top of that, if it does see the problem as being fixed, now it's moved on to other things. But here's the inherent problem with that. Weight management, just like diabetes management, just like managing your cholesterol, just like managing your blood pressure, this isn't something you just stop doing. For example, you don't buy a house, move into a house, and assume the house will take care of itself. The air filters will get changed, the insulation will be checked on, the roof will be okay, and everything is great for the 30 plus years or whatever that I live in this house, right? No, you understand the house requires maintenance. And the thing is, your lower brain doesn't understand that. It understands black and white, all or nothing. It understands problem fix. It understands discomfort, make feel better. That's it. Maintenance is out of its realm of understanding. It doesn't really comprehend that you still have to put in this effort every single day. So then what happens over the years, You find other things to do. This doesn't become as big of an issue. You might not focus on your habits and behaviors as much because you're kind of focusing on other things over here. And then weight starts to come back on. Now it's a problem again. Oh my God, I'm 20 pounds heavier. And now it's trying to fix it again, right? So it's like it's back into that loop of fixing weight. So I see it as our lower brain is not designed to see this as important, but your higher brain is. So your higher brain, your thinking brain, is the one that encourages you to invest into your 401k. It's the brain that understands that if you maintain your home, you do a little bit of work on it every year, it's going to last you a lot longer, have a lot less mechanical issues, things like that. Same thing with maintaining a car, right? Oil changes, tire rotations. There's a higher level thinking process that you have that ultimately you do for other things. That's what you want to tap into when it comes to this. And unfortunately, for so many people that I work with and that listen to the show, this has been their struggle for like 30 years. So it's so hard for this not to be a problem. So on the other side, the lower brain is constantly encouraging lose more weight, lose more weight, lose more weight. And it's keeping you in a constant dieting cycle where all you're trying to do is lose that next 5 to 10 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds. And unfortunately for so many people, it actually will come back on the other direction where they might start to even gain weight because they're trying to give themselves something to focus on with their body as opposed to going on to other goals. So I just want to encourage you, if you're thinking about maintenance, why does it seem difficult when it's a simple concept? It's not because you can't do it. It's not because the habits, like if every day you woke up and you did the habits to maintain a house, you swept out the porch, you put in new light fixtures, you do all those things, you can do that for your weight as well. But what's hard is our focus. It's knowing that this is something, just like investing in your 401k, you're not going to see it till retirement. This is something you're going to do without a tangible reward. And that's really hard for your lower brain. Like if we're not getting anything new, no exciting feedback, oh, lost some more weight, then it's kind of like, why are we doing all this, right? It becomes less of a focus. So just want to encourage you to realize you're going to have to think about it differently. And that's a lot of what we talk about in the Half Size Me community and the maintenance group, is shifting your thought to a different thought process. And this is, by the way, why I talk so much about not shying away from maintenance breaks, because the more you can play with this concept and not wait till you're at the end, and you can become comfortable with doing the behaviors and habits and process without getting that tangible reward, the weight loss on the scale, the better prepared you're going to be. Because again, lower brains don't understand all that. Higher brains do, but the problem is a lot of the decisions we make are based on that little chatty voice in our head. So you really need to be aware of this going into your maintenance journey. I think if more people understood why they lose focus, why they don't, they're having a hard time staying motivated. Motivated, let motivated go. You don't have to be motivated at all. All you have to do is wake up, check everything off, just like you do brush your teeth, comb your hair, boom, move on with your day. Because the feeling part of it, that's where the lower brain really affects you the most. You're not going to feel motivated. There's going to be days you're like, oh, still doing it. Yep, still doing it. Maintaining the house, investing in the 401k, still doing it. So I hope this message helps. You guys have a fantastic day. Again, if you're a maintainer in the community, please do get that PDF. We'll be reviewing it again in our next upcoming maintenance mastermind meetup. And you have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you soon.